G'day folks. Today we'll take a look at some interesting methods and materials to create your own dummied blends. First of all, what we're going to need is a coffee bean grinder and a pair of utility scissors. You can either steal one of these off that bean grinder off your wife if she ain't looking, or go get your own, but make sure you blow the air out of it before you go make coffee in the morning. Alright, we can use many different materials here. We've got natural hair. You can see all kinds of different hairs. You can use yarn. You can accent different materials with here we've got ice dub and flashes of all kinds that will also add some sparkle and glint to your dubbings. So you can create some really nice. That's basically two colors with a little there from my blood leech pattern. Here's some seal, a little ice dub mixed into it. Here's two colors, purple with pink, little ice dub in there, and here's some rock chuck mixed up, real nice buggy blend for some nymphs. You can also do some nice small little touch dub blends that I use for some dry flies and mergers mostly. That works very well as well here. So we just basically not rocket science here, but I'll just give you an idea, because a lot of times people haven't seen this and just want to show it to you. So here's an example, the red or the black African goat, which is a great color and a good material for leech patterns. But I would like to add a little more color, make it a little more interesting. The fish can see it a little more. So I'm going to add some more African goat to it, and it's got a little bit of flash and just a little bit of red in there. So it's very little, just a touch. I'm just going to do just a small sample for you. Hit the button there, and how that changes it and creates a really nice blend. And it's got the two colorations. I like extra colors. I don't like solid colors, and most of my flies like to mix them up. I think the fish can see the different colors in them, and if they don't see one, they see the other. I might be wrong. I don't know. I've never interviewed a fish or would really know, but so that's one way of doing things. Also, you may be on your tying bench someday and you don't have really the coloration you're looking for. For example, you might have a lighter olive, like here I'll show you, and the pattern you're looking for is more of a darker olive or brown. So I'm going to just take a little cinnamon. I'll throw a little of that in there, and we'll notice how that's just going to change the coloration of your materials as well. Just get a little darker so you don't have the bright olive. If you want a little more dirty olive or whatever you want. Pretty nice color right there. So there you go with that. Maybe you want to enhance it with a little add a little flash. Let's put a little UV light olive in there. See what that little trick will do for you. It doesn't take very much. You kind of want to be quite sparse with that, so it changes considerably. And you can go on and on. This is just quite interesting, but that puts a nice little bit of glint in that, kind of a brown olive, lighter brown olive. That would work very well. Okay, keep that cleaned out when you're doing your other blends. Make sure you don't chop your fingers off in the grinder. Now let's try some hair. Here's an example of materials. Here's some polar bear that makes great streamer flies, and when I'm doing that, I was always pulling the underfur out, of course, and it was just, I've been saving it for years. I got bags full of this stuff, and I figured there might be someday I can use it. Well, let's try a little of that in the blender, the underfur of the polar bear, and let's go find us some flash. Here's some silver holographic flash. Let's just throw a little of that in there. Fish Lake holographic. Silver's good. I think this would make a really nice streamer blend. If you put that on a big dubbing brush or whatever else, it'd make quite a nice long fiber. And we know seal fur and polar bear is just, there's no duplication of the qualities of that in the water. So there is a very nice blend that would, you can't buy that. So that seal, that under fur there, don't throw stuff like that away. You're gonna be able to start making some pretty unique blends out of that. Okay. Here's another example. Hare's ear. I mean, that's hare's ear nymph is one of the best nymphs ever come off the vise, and that's just hair, and they chop that all up for you and sell it to you in a bag, and that's fine. I mean, I'm not trying to say don't buy anything from these shops or the blends. There's some very good blends in these shops and from different sources, but here we're going to use some hair. Let's try just off a pine squirrel. Here's dyed chartreuse. Here's some woodchuck. Really hard to get a hold of that, but it's really good stuff. It's really spiky. You know, just give you an idea. There's all kinds of natural furs out there. You can take the underfur out if you want. A lot of times I just leave it in. It just makes a really nice spiky dubbing for larger nymphs, or even sometimes collars on nymphs too. You can get a nice spiky blend. So that's basically just some hair that I've, two types of hair that I've put together, and it's really, really nice. Look at that. That is spiky and very, very, very buggy material. You'll fish will like eating those flies made with that for sure. So just a real quick oversight on that. I mean, you can just mix. We could go on and on here all day, but you know, you just blend your own, and you'll come up with lots and lots of ideas. The touch tub method is you basically take an existing an Antron type dubbing, and it's just chopping it up in very, very fine little short little pieces, and then that can be touch dubbed on for emerger flies, parachutes, and that type of thing, and that works really well too. So that's kind of the gist of it right there, but the sky's the limit. So wish you all the best, and good luck on the bench.
To watch all our latest Sport Fishing on the Fly episodes and to order Sport Fishing on the Fly merchandise, head to www.sfotf.ca. And if you would like to book an adventure like this one showing, head to ontheflyadventures.ca and book yourself the trip of a lifetime.